necklace.
The necklace?
Yeah,
Which necklace?
little dollars.
Djed Dolik's necklace. Do you remember what it's made out of?
Here.
What? A necklace made out of teeth? What kind of teeth?
Golden teeth.
Golden teeth, yeah, because Djed Dolik had a mouthful of golden teeth. He got all of his healthy teeth filed down and replaced them with gold so he could sneak them out of the Soviet Union. After I showed my mom that first video, Dolik's clothes, she told me that his golden teeth had been melted down into a necklace and given to her as a gift, but that she had stopped wearing it pretty much immediately after an incident where, as a baby, I almost choked her out while wearing this necklace. And so she gave it to my grandma, who held on to it for 30 years. But when I expressed interest, she was happy to share, but when I received it, I was scared of it. It made my teeth hurt. Outside into this landscape that I inhabit now, this suburban space that borders on countryside that I never intended to live in, but circumstances led me to land here. We couldn't stay in the US during the pandemic, and this place offered us safety. And I thought about that feeling of gratitude mixed with alienation, displacement. That feeling of being somewhere safe, but at the same time unfamiliar. And I've had that feeling my whole life because I was conceived in the Soviet Union, in Donetsk, rest in peace. But I was born in Canada. In addition to my grandfather concealing his mouthful of gold on that flight, my mom was concealing me under her fur coat. 9 months pregnant, huge belly, but she wasn't the only pregnant one on that flight. Their dog, Gila, named after a character in a Mikhail Bulgakov novel, The Master and Margarita, was also pregnant, and she would give birth 1 month after I was born. So 10 days after they landed, I came into the world, and then another month later, a litter of little puppies joined me in their safety and in their displacement. Gila, the pregnant dog, was named after Gila, the succubus vampire witch in Master and Margarita. In English translations, it's written as Hela, but in Russian it's Gila. Bulgakov describes her like this. Instantly, both hoodlums vanished, and in their place, a totally naked woman, red-haired, with burning phosphorescent eyes, appeared before the manager. Varinucha realized that this was the most frightful of all things that had befallen him that afternoon. He moaned and sprang back against the wall. The woman came up close to the manager and laid her palms upon his shoulders. Varinucha's hair stood up, for even through the cold and water-soaked fabric of his Tolstoy blouse, he felt that those palms were still cold, but they were cold as ice. He kissed tenderly, and the blazing eyes were brought right up against his own. Varinucha fainted and never felt the kiss. Нежно сказала девица, и у самых его глаз оказалось сияющие глаза. Тогда Varinucha лишился чувств и поцелуя не ощутил. I was named after Benya Krik, a character in Isaac Babel's short stories about the Jewish crime underworld of Odessa, the famed Ukrainian port city. Benya Krik is the king of the gangsters in this book. The biggest, baddest motherfucker in all of Odessa. My last name, Gorodetsky, means of the city. And that's something I've struggled with, living in the country as I am, taking shelter in this place that is decidedly unurban, when my name means city slicker. Dolik's name and my mom's maiden name is Lutsky, meaning of Lutsk, which is a place, a city, in Ukraine, but diametrically on the opposite side of Ukraine from Donetsk, rest in peace, where I was conceived and my people all came from, which means Dolik's people knew the feeling of traveling 1,000 kilometers for a new life. Raya's maiden name is Itkina. She doesn't know much about the name, but every Itkin she's ever met has been from Belarus. Ella's maiden name is Tilkina, which leads her to privately speculate that we may be related to J.R.R. Tolkien. Her mother, Manya Levitina, comes from the Levites, one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Manya married at age 65 and never changed her name. And finally, Frida Barkan, Bar meaning two, Khan from Cohen. In the 1500s, an anti-Semitic Tsar wanted to kill all the Jews in his shtetl, but he intentionally left two kids alive, both named Cohen. Bar, two, Khan, Cohen. And Donetsk. Donetsk is the city that magnetized all of my ancestors together. Donetsk is the gorod where I was conceived. Donetsk is also the epicenter of a bloody war. A civil war, a proxy war, an insurgent war that has killed 4,000 people and displaced over 1.6 million people internally in Ukraine. So I asked my people, what do they remember about Donetsk? What are the places that burn in their memory, that live on today? Remember the
Это были
city.
беговые лыжи, но мы на них с горки катались. И мы там на коньках столиком катались.
Нет, с мамой мы там не жили, мы
И
там
там
жили
был
с
цирк, чтобы
родителями.
пройти в парк Щербакова, нужно было
переехали,
пройти
когда
мимо
мне было 9
огромного
лет.
здания цирка.
Я там
И
прожил
там
до
во
тех
дворе
пор, пока
иногда
мне было
выходили
16.
можно было
Такая улица,
заглянуть
которая
и
почти не
посмотреть.
ездила
Прям
машины.
разные были.
Широкая, с большим количеством деревьев,
И там были работники цирка, они там у них гостиница была,
магазинчиками, почтой.
сели, сушили себе.
Еще фотоателье там было, в котором нас с мамой снимали после нашей свадьбы.
Red lion and purple dragon.
So the first story is going to be what? Red Lion.
Purple dragon. Red lion, purple dragon.
So what happens to the red lion and the purple dragon?
They get sick.
They got
And
sick?
They get sick. They start bleeding and they die.
What, did they eat something bad, or did they have
They
an
eat-
accident?
They eat a poison mushroom.
What kind of poison mushroom was it?
The destroying angel.
Destroying Angel, the most poison mushroom of all. Hey, I wanted to ask you, what places have you lived in your life? You remember?
I don't remember Kelowna.
You don't remember Kelowna? But did you ever live there?
I did.
Okay. And where else did you live?
In Brooklyn and New York.
In Brooklyn and New York. And what other places have you... Are those all the places you've lived? Where do we live now?
In Waterloo.
In Waterloo. And it was kind of a surprise that we lived in Waterloo. I never planned to live in Waterloo. But we ended up here because of COVID.
Why did we?
Because it was a safe place for us to live. It was, your auntie gave us a place to stay while the border was closed.
Туман яром, туман долиною, туман яром, туман долиною. За туманом нічого не видно, за туманом нічого не видно. Тільки